One of the most frequently asked questions is, how do I substitute a healthy sugar or a healthy sweetener instead of using white processed sugar? Well, I love your questions and I love answering them because I feel like together we can all become more confident in the kitchen. And the more confident you are in the kitchen, the more we're going to enjoy cooking for our families and preparing meals that are truly going to satisfy. All right, so let's get to it. First of all, I'm Annette Reeder, the biblical nutritionist, and these ideas and more you can see are obviously here on YouTube, but you can learn a lot more on our website, thebiblicalnutritionist.com. So be sure and subscribe when you go to that website to our email list. That way you always are in on the latest news. So let's get started. Here's 5 of my favorite healthy sweeteners. The first one is Sucanat. And I talk about this a lot in the nutrition manual, in our Healthy Treasures Cookbook, and also in our video series. So you might have learned about it there. But Sucanat stands for sugarcane natural. It's been out for a long time. It's just dried sugarcane. And God's given us so much goodness in the sugarcane that when you just dry it, instead of processing it like the industry does, you get all the vitamins and minerals that God intended. And so Sucanat natural, which is what this is more of a darker Sucanat. It's got some molasses in it. Molasses also adds vitamins and minerals. This is a very healthy sweetener, but it is similar to sugar in your bloodstream. So we don't need to be eating cookies at every meal and sweets all the time. We still need to save those for special occasions. But just know, this is my sweetener of choice, and I haven't had white sugar in my kitchen since, well, for probably 15 years. So that's what I'm hoping for you too. So Sucanat can just easily be swapped out, equal amounts for sugar in a recipe. You can just use Sucanat. You will hardly taste any difference. It's just going to taste a little bit more delicious. It's going to have more of a flavor. Actually, white sugar doesn't really have a lot of intense flavor. Second of all, honey, you're very familiar with it. Some recipes work well with substituting out honey and others don't. It depends on the consistency of the recipe, if they needed a dry ingredient or a liquid ingredient. When I'm making bread, I could use either one, Sucanat or honey. If I'm making pancakes or muffins, either one would be just as good. Cakes is a little bit different because of the liquid versus dry. So you have to check out that recipe for that cake and see if it would work. But you know what? Try it. It's still going to taste delicious no matter which one you use. It's just a matter of what the consistency is going to be like and how long it takes to bake the cake. So these two are very simple. These two are also the most calories of all the ones I'm going to talk about today. So keep that in mind. So let me just go in this order here. The next, as you can see, is coconut sugar. So this is just dried coconut, the sweet part of the coconut, and it has similar calories, just a little bit less than Sucanat. So it would work the same in your recipes. It's going to be a dry texture. It's going to be just like the Sucanat with the powder. It's going to have the same consistency. It's going to mix the same. And so it's just an easy swap out. Coconut sugar for regular sugar for Sucanat. They're all going to mix and work the same. Next we have monk fruit. Monk fruit hit the stage about 5 years ago, and it has taken the stage by storm. And the reason is you get to have the sweetener in your recipes, but you get 0 calories. This is incredibly diabetic friendly, but it's not like those artificial sweeteners that we've been hearing about my entire life that can actually cause harm because they're an altered food, or as I call them, they're a lab experiment. And so this is neither of the two. This is just a delicious fruit that God created, and when you take the sweetener extract out of the fruit, it actually comes with no calories. It has amazing health benefits. You can look at my video on the health benefits of monk fruit. We'll put a link to that down below so you can catch that video. And you'll understand why this is a good sweetener of choice. Now, this bag is empty because I have it all dispensed out because I'm getting ready to make some amazing recipes, which I'm doing videos on, so you're going to want to catch those recipes. And so this has a delicious sweetener in it. It has just, is a similar texture. It's a powdered texture. It would make a wonderful powdered sugar topping for any of your recipes or just a topping on any of your foods. It has a good flavor. It is a distinct flavor, a unique flavor. And so these all have their own unique flavor. So you need to decide which one you like better. And then lastly, we have stevia. There's lots of different varieties of stevia. This is one variety that's out there. Another one called sweet leaf is actually my favorite. And so stevia, when you're cooking with stevia, I would substitute half. It's a powder. You can use it as a dry ingredient in your recipes, but I would start with half. See how you like the taste, see how you like the texture, how you like the result of the food, and then go from there, because it is very strong in its sweet flavor. It's also an herb. In fact, I encourage you to just grow stevia, and then you're not having to buy it in the store. You'll save a lot of money. You'll have just the satisfaction of knowing you grew it and you dried it out and you processed it yourself. And so that would be amazing in your tea and in your breakfast cereals, things like that. So here we go. Here are my top 5 health sweeteners that you can use to substitute in any recipe. The best way to determine which one you want to use is to taste them. Put them out on the table, let everyone, just have a taste of each one and see which one they want to try first. That's what I do with my recipes. I just taste each sweetener, decide which one I want in which recipe, and then I just swap it out. Be creative, have fun. The kitchen's not about rules, it's about relaxing. It's about enjoying yourself. It's about understanding that the Bible diet actually works. Don't get caught up in all the hype that's out there. You'll feel amazing, you'll look beautiful, and you'll be able to fulfill the mission God's called you for. Like I said, check out our website, thebiblicalnutritionist.com, and you'll see all of our recipes with photos, and you can just download them and enjoy them. You'll see our teachings there. The Bible study is incredible, and there's just so much. So here we have the 5 healthy sweeteners for you to substitute in your recipes, and it's easy. You can do it. Be sure and like this video, share it with your friends. Let others know that we're getting confident in the kitchen, and it's good. I'm Annette Reeder, the Biblical Nutritionist.